Charles. Awesome.
Appreciate it, bro. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. How are we tonight? Today? Practice good? Did you guys practice too today? After? Let's go. Let's go. Hopefully you're amped for it. I hope you're ready. So for me, before we get going, I just want to plant a seed. Like, what is your story? Not just as an individual, but as a team. We all want to win a championship this year, right? That's our goal. That's why we went to Florida. That's why we played Team Cuba. His donkeys, right? Like hit bombs. And for instance, like I went to Florida in December, and I did not realize how good the baseball is out there. So you guys competing out there is pretty good. Pretty good. Like it is a different breed. Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans, all coming over to the island. Like it's insane. So to do stuff like that, getting yourself out of your comfort zone, building team chemistry, building team camaraderie is unbelievable. Those memories you will never forget. I can guarantee you. When I was in high school, I went to Sunrise Mountain High School, and we went over to Florida or California for that Hard 9 Classic, I believe it's called. And we went there 2 years in a row. And it wasn't the baseball that I remember. It was the riding our longboards and getting ice cream, playing ping pong in the hotel lobby, getting in some beef with another team from Florida. Like all these different little things, like you remember the little things. You don't always remember what's on the field. There's more to this game. So what is your story? For me, I grew up here in Peoria, Arizona. I went to Sunrise Mountain High School. Played there for 4 years, varsity. Got called up halfway through my freshman year. And I was nervous. How many freshmen are in here? Oh, big amount. Nice. How many seniors? Nice. A good little mix. So as a freshman, having a good year on freshman baseball, crushing it, get called up halfway, and I am nervous. We've got a first-round draft pick. We've got 8 dudes who are signed to go play college baseball, and the whole talk on the west side is Sunrise Mountain's going to make it to the championship, and they're probably going to win. And here I am getting called up as a freshman, like freaking out because I don't think I belong. How many of us have felt like we don't belong somewhere before? I got two hands. Sometimes I felt like I didn't belong on a team or maybe in a certain situation, or maybe I was nervous going into a new situation, or a little bit fearful, a little scared. And so I get up to varsity, and we get through the season, we get to the championship game, we lose, but I end up having a big impact. So some of you freshmen, you never know. Some of you sophomores, you never know. You juniors, seniors, same thing. You never know when your time comes, like when your name's called. If you're not a starter right now, there's an opportunity waiting for you. It's how do we make the most out of these opportunities that we get in life. So I go through high school, crushed it, like just got inducted to the Hall of Fame like 3 months ago. Great career, right? Great career statistically. And for me, my senior year, I have no offers. How many of you seniors have an offer or don't have an offer right now? A little unknown. You want to go play on, I'm sure you still want to go play, but it's a little unknown, right? Like we're like, man, I don't know where I'm going to play next year. I've still got to get through my season and perform, but I don't know where I'm going next year. So no, a little fearful, a little worried. And so for me, I had no offers until the day after the championship game. May 26th was the last game. Play the game on May 26th, we lose the championship game. So I've lost 2 championship games in my high school career, not cool. It was terrible, I'll never forget them. But we lose, and the next day I get the opportunity to go out to University of Nevada. And I had no idea where it was. University of Nevada, Reno is what they called it. I thought I was going to Vegas, and I'm like fired up. I'm like, let's go, baby. Sin City, like I'm right down the road, 3 hours from home. Let's go. I had no idea. Where I was going. And so Reno is at the top left corner of Nevada, way out of middle of nowhere, 12 hours away from here. So it's a little further from home. It was new. Went there on the 27th, ended up signing that day, and it was 55 degrees and sleeting. Here in Arizona, it's like 85 and sunshine. Like the greatest baseball weather. You guys are out there right now, it's 70 degrees today. I'm so jealous. I'm in Reno, it's 55 sleeting. The guy that's in front of me as the first baseman went 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and a home run, and coach goes, yeah, you're replacing him. Like, no shot. No way. Immediately I'm like, I don't belong here. Like this guy, I just watched this dude do this. He's getting drafted. He played for the Phillies. No way. A little bit of fear, a little worry. So I get through the high school career. I end up going into Nevada. And you think about opportunities. In the fall of my freshman year, I'm not supposed to play at all. Wasn't supposed to play at all. Some of you guys may not have even had a spot coming into the fall, and you've made it here. You're almost to tryouts. You're almost to the team. You're almost like games are 3-4 weeks away, right? So I didn't have a spot. And I was a little worried. I wanted to leave. And thankfully, about October or November of that first fall season, a 3-time All-American left fielder who was disgusting, hit .330 every year, bunch of bombs, incredible, got kicked off the team. Kicked off the team, like gone, see ya, you're out. So by him leaving, somebody else had to go out to left field, which got me an opportunity to DH as a freshman. Now, I've had 2 freshman years where I'm getting these opportunities to play and hopefully making the most of them. And so as a freshman, I'm freaking out. Like my first game at third base, I get put in at third, and I'm like so tight, I can't move, I'm so nervous. Like I had no confidence in myself. Freaking out, like, I don't belong here. I don't know if this is like where I belong. Should I transfer to junior college? And so after the fall ends, in that winter break, I call Coach Solis at Paradise Valley, and I'm like, Coach, I left him a voicemail. I was like, hey, I want to come home. I can't do this. 5 a.m. weights, 7 or 6:30 conditioning out there where we're running for an hour. Then I've got practice till 12. Then I got to go to school. Then I have to still think about my family back home. And I don't know what's going on. Like, this is terrible. I can't do this, Coach. Thankfully, he was in Mexico for a week, didn't get the voicemail, made the decision, thought about it a little bit, and stayed. Got to play my freshman year. Got to play. Fast forward into sophomore year, having a great season. Halfway through, I'm hitting .350, 8 bombs. How many of you guys have heard of Team USA? Team USA. How many guys on Team USA get drafted? Everyone. Bregman, probably sore subject right now. Like a couple other guys on those teams get drafted, right? Like I've had a couple buddies drafted from that team. I've got Team USA calling. I've got the Cape Cod League, pretty good summer league. And I'm like, let's go. Like, freshman year's okay. I'm feeling myself now. .350, 8 bombs. Aaron Judge is in the conference. I've got more homers, better average, more doubles, more walks. I'm like, let's freaking go. I'm in love with myself. I'm like, ultimate confidence. And then adversity hits. How many of you guys have faced an injury? Some sort of adversity, maybe like a family member, or maybe you failed a test, or maybe you just struggled really hard on the field, or maybe you went through something emotionally. Right? We face some adversity in our life. Adversity hits us. Boom. How do we respond? How do we respond? So for me, I get hit with a little bit of an injury. I'm still playing. I'm walking like old grandpa. I can't even get up the stairs. Like, I don't know what's going on. I've got a degenerative disc in my back, shooting pain down my left leg, and I can't even move. Like, probably should have needed crutches for a little bit. But I'm like, I'm going to keep playing. Like, there's no way I'm giving up on this. I've got Team USA calling. They want me to play this summer. If I go there, I'm going to get drafted. If I get drafted, I get to achieve my dream. If I achieve my dream, everybody loves me. And so I get through it, and I had a decision. It got so bad, I had a decision to make. It was, hey, do I continue to play and mask my pain, physical pain at the time, and go for it? Or do I sit out, maybe get surgery or a cortisone shot to make sure that I'm good for the next year? Miss the summer, miss the rest of the spring season, miss everything. Like Team USA, gone. Cape Cod League, gone. My dreams of being drafted, in my mind, gone. So I had this decision. What do? Do I mask my pain? Or do I just wear it and just say, I'm good? Let me do some physical therapy. So I decided to mask my pain with prescription medication. Prescription meds. And for a little bit, it got me through. It got me through a couple weeks. 3-4 weeks. I'm still able to function. I'm still able to play. I'm walking okay. It's masking some pain physically. But it got to the point where it was so bad I couldn't even play. I couldn't even walk. I'm like, all right, this is done. But once that stopped, the playing, the addiction didn't stop. It went on and on. Thankfully, I got an opportunity to still go out to the Cape Cod League that summer, towards the end. Got a cortisone shot in, things healed. Don't know how it worked. We win the championship, but when I come back my junior year, draft year, right? Like Cape Cod champion, played with a bunch of dudes who were first rounders, like all this cool accolades. But internally, I started to just feel broken. A lot of anxiety, a little depression, a lot of worry. I felt panicked a lot of the time. I didn't feel like I belonged somewhere. There's a lot of stress trying to go through college baseball. High school was hard enough. High school was tough. And now I'm trying to go through college baseball through this draft process that everybody tells me that this draft process is the greatest time of your life. When you guys dream of being drafted one day? Oh man, you probably picture like you're sitting in your living room, like waiting on the TV, like sitting there, like whole crowd erupts. You get your jersey, you get your hat, you're on TV, you get an Instagram selfie, you go on Snapchat, you go live. Like, you're celebrating. You're celebrating. We've pictured this in our mind. So I'm thinking that draft day is supposed to be this massive day. I come back my junior year, and the addiction doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It was a coping mechanism for my anxiety and for my depression, trying to mask what I was feeling inside. As athletes, do you think we go through a lot of emotions, a lot of failure, especially in baseball? We fail a lot. And sometimes it's hard to cope with those. Sometimes we get mad. Sometimes we get sad. We get angry. We get upset with ourselves. We blame other people, or we blame ourselves. And it gets tough. It gets tough to go through. There's a lot of fear in this game. There's a lot of worry sometimes. If coach is going to play me, if coach thinks I'm good enough, if the scouts in the stands are going to approve of what I'm doing, if next year when you guys are going into freshman baseball, if you're even going to make the team. There's a lot of fear. A lot of fear. And so I go through this junior year, and somehow, physically, I'm still crushing it. Hitting all these home runs, like everything's good on the outside statistically, but inside, still masking the pain. It didn't stop. It's an everyday addiction. It's every single day for 3 or 4 years, like continued. I get drafted my junior year. The Nationals call in the 8th round. I tell them no. I'm like, no. 8th round, you guys are probably like, dude, you're crazy. What are you talking about? You told a team no? I said, yes. I said, no, I don't want to go. I want to go back to school. They're like, okay. 9th round comes around. They call me again. They say, we're taking you because you're the best player available and you don't have a choice. Like, we're drafting you. I'm like, oh, great. Decision. We got another decision to make. We got an opportunity, both good. New coaching staff, amazing guys. They're now at U of A. They're incredible. Like, great culture, great opportunity as a senior if I go back for a senior year, or go chase my dream in a system that had nobody at first base at the time, where I could maybe fast track to the big leagues and get to my true overall vision for my life. And so I chose, all the way up to the last signing day, July 15th, I decided to go back to school. I said, hey, we got a great opportunity to win. I want to win a championship here. I've made a 4-year commitment. I'm going to abide by this commitment. Unless I'm in the first 5 rounds, I'm not signing. Like, I'm going to go back to school and pursue this. So I go back to school. Think anything changed outside? Not at all. Still doing the same exact thing, still feeling the same exact ways, and it just kept getting worse. The stats were great. Everybody on the outside is like, dude, you're killing it. You're crushing it. You're going to go play pro ball. Like, how cool does it feel? You're going to be rich. You have so much money. Tell you what, like, you hear people say money can't buy happiness. It's the truest thing in the world because you lack fulfillment in who you are and trust in who you are. At the end of the day, you have yourself. At the end of the day, it's just you. When you're on that mound by yourself, looking at the catcher, when you're in the box, staring down the pitcher, when you're in the field at your position and nobody else around you, it's just you. Coach isn't right there like, all right, he's going to hit it to the left side, he's going to hit it here. Or the catcher's not telling you the pitches, right? I wish, but he's not. We're by ourselves a lot as athletes, especially in baseball, an individual game, very individual game. So I ended up going through that senior year. I ended up getting drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Like I said, nothing changed on the outside. I'm still doing the same exact thing every day, abusing opiates, like going through this addiction that I couldn't handle because I had no identity. I had no foundation in my life. I had no mentors coming in trying to help me as much as hopefully you guys are getting here, having people able to speak some life into you. We were getting some of it, but I wasn't ignoring it. I was ignoring it totally. I was like, no way. No way, I don't need this. It's all good. I got it, right? Very selfish, rather than trusting the people around me. And I get drafted. I go out and play for the Diamondbacks that first year. Crush it. 18 home runs, tie Paul Goldschmidt's record, lead the league in doubles, lead the league in RBIs, lead the league in walks as a power hitter, win the championship, all-star. Really cool on the outside, right? I'm thinking fast track to the big leagues, let's go. Like next year I'm coming back, and I'm coming back ready to go. Spring training, 2K16 is going to be incredible. I'm going to make the big leagues. I might make it next year. I don't know. Goldie, you can leave. I'm taking your spot. And I'm thinking these things in my head. So I go back into Instructs. Have any of you guys heard of Instructs before? Instructs. Okay, so Instructs is basically when, after the season, about 2 weeks after the season, now they do it in January, but after the season they bring back top 25, 30 prospects in the organization, and they put them on a team to play the other top 25, 30 prospects and any big leaguers. Like Archie Bradley got hit in the face that year, and he was pitching for us. Like David Peralta, I think, was hurt playing for us. Like there's some pretty good players in there. And we're playing, and I'm doing well. 2 or 3 weeks go in. And then I walk in after a game, walk in after a game, and the now third base coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks is standing at the door. I get off the bus. The door's probably up where you guys are. He's standing there with the door wide open, arms crossed. He's like, Byler, you need to come to my office for a minute. I'm like, oh gosh, like, this is a weird tone. I have a weird feeling about this. Walk into the office, general manager's there. Tony Parashchika's there, third base coach. I'm like, what's going on? Like, am I getting sent up? Am I getting like released? What's going on? I'm like rattled. And they go, look, Byler, I'm sorry to tell you, but you failed the drug test. You got to sit out the first 50 games next year. And like my heart like through the floor. I'm like, wait, what? Failed the drug test? What do you mean? You got the wrong piss, you got the wrong person, it's not me, there's no way. Like, that wasn't me. Like, look, we'll support you through this decision that you made, right? Life's all about decisions. We get an opportunity, and we have a choice to make a decision with it. And for me, I got the opportunity to go play, but I made the decision to continue my old bad habits. And what did it lead to? It led to me eventually failing a drug test 4 or 5 years down the road. And what did that lead to? Sitting out the next 50 games the following season. And I'm like shattered. Like, talk about the worst phone call. Like, you guys have probably had to make some tough phone calls to mom and dad before. You get in trouble, or you leave school early, you play hooky, or like you fail the test, and you're like, oh, great, I got to handle mom and dad. This one was like, oh man, like what do I say? Like, Mom, I failed the drug test? What? What do you mean? What even is that? And so going through this experience, I went in the gutter. Like, some of you guys have maybe felt a little bit of fear before, maybe some anxiety, maybe a little worry sometimes, or like some panic attacks. I thought it was all fluff. I thought it was fake. No way. Like, I had a straitjacket on every day. Like, I couldn't even move. For the next 2 years in professional baseball, I felt like I couldn't even be myself. I was always freaked out. Anytime somebody called my phone, I thought it was the MLB. Anytime something was going on around me, I was freaking out because I didn't know who I was. I had no foundation. The thoughts I was telling myself were so negative on a consistent basis. And what happens when we believe the same thoughts? They turn to beliefs. And when they turn to beliefs, it becomes who you are. So for me, I'm telling myself, I keep making bad decisions. I don't know what to do. I'm masking my pain. That's the only way I can get through this stuff, right? The only way I can get through this. So for the next 2.5 years, I'm like a wreck emotionally. I'm still cool. Like, I'd still like say, hey, dude, what's up? Like, how are you? I'd look great on the outside, but inside I'd leave that conversation and feel like I'm walking around like this. You've probably seen some walking zombies out here. Some of your parents, maybe some people at work, like they walk around like this. Life sucks. Some kids on campus, backpack over, like super hunched over, carrying a lot of baggage, right? Like, my goal is to help you get free, break free of anything that's holding you back, any limiting beliefs that might be holding you back, or that may hold you back in the future, because maybe you're in a great setting right now. Maybe this is like the best time of your life. You're fired up. You're like, let's go. It's almost season time. We're ready. But adversity is going to hit. How do we respond? When something happens, like we lose 3 or 4 games in a row, how do we respond? When I get hurt 1 week in or 1 week before tryouts, and now I'm out for the first half of the year, how do I respond to that? How do I support my teammates? How do I encourage them to be the best versions of themselves? Right? Like, a lot of people think if you work on yourself, you're being selfish. I think it's totally opposite. If you work on yourself, commit to who you are, commit to what you can do best on a daily basis, you can now help everyone else. If you commit to yourself, you can help him. If he can help himself, you can help him. If you help yourself, you can help him. And now guess what? It spreads like wildfire. And now we've got a team that's together. Right? Some of you younger guys, same thing. If you can work on yourself from an early age, take pride in it, commit to something for your life, it makes everything else better around you. You're on the field performance, you're off the field performance, everything rises. Everything rises. So for me, like, my goal is to help you guys think a little differently. Think a little differently, right? Like, for me, it all starts with a thought. So we've got this thought, right? My thought was, okay, do I mask my pain? Do I get through this and try and like gut through this and be like the tough guy? Or do I sit out, wear it for a little bit, focus on my mental health, and get better so I can come back even better? What do I do, right? That's the thought. Maybe your thoughts, I'm not very good at the plate. Maybe your thoughts, I don't belong on varsity this year. Maybe your thoughts, I don't even think I'm going to make the team. Tryouts are 2 weeks away, and I'm freaking out because I don't know if I'm going to make the team. Maybe some of you guys are like, man, I'm sitting behind a bunch of studs, and I've got to step into their shoes in a couple of years and go play on varsity, and I don't even know if I belong there. I'm worrying, right? Maybe my thought's a little fear, or I don't even want to go home. I go to the field and everything's great, and then I go home and I hate it, right? Been in both shoes, right? Like, how do we get through this? How do we work on ourselves, find our identity? Because your identity means everything. It's who you are. It's who you define yourself as. Not me, not coach, not mom, not dad, not the other coaches, not your teacher, not your principal. You. Like, who do you say you are when you're alone? Not just in the box, not just on the mound. What about in school? What about at home? What about anything else you do in life? When you get out of here, this is laying the foundation. Student athletes nowadays with all this social media, my little sister's 14 years old, so she's a freshman, and she Snapchats more than she texts and talks. She sends more snaps than anything. The snap score, I didn't even know what the snap score was, is like this huge hit. TikTok, got all these dances, like finding fulfillment in something outside of who we are, right? Like these external things. My shoes, my new hat, the new car that I got when I turned 16, my girlfriend, right? Like trying to find fulfillment in external things rather than who we are. So everything starts with the thought, right? Like, I'm not good enough. Maybe it's, I'm not good enough. Or, I don't belong. Or maybe we can switch that thought to something more positive of, I'm a beast. Like, I'm the best here. I'm the best on the field. I'm going to play Division I. I'm going to play in college. I'm going to play at the next level. Maybe it's as a team, we're going to win a championship. Like, what are we thinking on a daily basis? What do we think? Because every thought leads to a decision. What was my decision, right? My thought was, what do I do here? Right now I've got a decision to make. Playing teeter-totter. Chose this one. Now you've got to deal with the consequences of the decisions that you make. Like, who do you surround yourself with? There's a story of eagles. You guys have ever researched an eagle before? Crazy eagles. Out here, they're like freaking sacred. You can't even touch an eagle. If you shoot an eagle, it's like 150 grand or something crazy, maybe even $1 million. But there's a story of the eagles, right? And there's a storm. You got this massive storm. And most birds, when they see a storm, they fly under, they fly around, they try and fly above it. They try and avoid the eye of the storm, right? The eye of the storm is the most most adversity. Failed drug test, Tommy John surgery right before the season, torn ACL, get in a fight with somebody, now I'm suspended for 10 games. Having to even go to a new school and have to sit out. That wasn't even your choice. Really? Like, it really wasn't your choice to have to sit out, right? Like some sort of adversity. And the eagle flies directly into the storm, right? Directly in the storm, because once you get through the middle of the storm, you end up rising above and you get through it. Like, no matter what is in your way, you can get through it. You can get through it. So no matter what may be going on in your life currently, on or off the field, no matter what might happen this season or in the summer or next fall or in 5 years, you can get through it because you can do anything that you set your mind to at any time if we make the choice, right? So every thought leads to a decision. What's the decision that we're going to make? Do I show up to the field and I'm feeling kind of tired? I'm not really feeling good today. I don't need to take my hacks today. I'm good. I'll go sit in my clubhouse. I'll go on my phone, hang out with my dudes. I'll chill today. It's all good. I don't need that day. But there's 49 other states. There's Puerto Rico and Canada and freaking Venezuela and all these other guys trying to fight for our jobs, right? That are now going to college. They're now going to schools, that are getting drafted. All these other people around us. So what decisions are we making? Every decision leads to an action. So you decided, hey, I'm good today. I'm good. I don't need to do this. So your action is you just sitting in the clubhouse doing nothing. Or maybe your action is going in and taking some more quality hacks off the tee, or getting a good bullpen in, or asking coach for some more help, or maybe seeking some guidance from somebody else outside of your circle. Right? Like, what actions are we taking? At the end of the day, if we don't take any actions, we're never going to go anywhere. Now, if we don't rev the engine, we can't go. So what actions are we taking towards our goals? Right? Like, how many of you guys have a dream? Have a dream, whether it's in baseball or not, you have a dream to do something great in your life. For me, my dream is to inspire millions of people. At first I said millions, then I said billions, then I thought about it, I'm like, billions sounds a little crazy, I don't know if that's possible. Let's keep it at billions. Why not? Why can't you? So whatever your dream may be, why can't you achieve that dream? Who's telling you you can't achieve it? Who's telling you this year, when you step on that field, February 26th, who are you playing? North Canyon. At North Canyon or here? So when you go on the road, first game of the year, North Canyon, who's stopping you from getting to where you want to be in May? Dogpiling in a championship game. Celebrating your dreams. Or maybe for you personally, some of you older guys are like, I just want to get signed, man. Like, I want to go play college baseball, whether it's a JUCO, whether it's a D2, D3 in the AIA, whether it's a freaking D1 and U of A is calling my name. I just want to go play. Like, that's where I want to go. What's your dream? Why can't you achieve that, right? Like, it all starts with what we're thinking. What we're thinking. If I'm telling myself every day that I can get there, that I can achieve it, good things are probably going to happen over a long period of time. Because I continue to tell myself this. If I'm telling myself this, the decisions I'm making probably align with my dream. They probably align with where I want to go, right? Like if I want to go and play in the big leagues, and I want to be a major league baseball player, I want to play on the Diamondbacks, and I tell myself every single day, the first thing I wake up and say to myself is, I'm going to be a big leaguer one day. I'm going to be a big leaguer. Or I'm going to win the championship. Or I'm going to be the best player in Arizona in the West Valley. Or I'm going to make varsity this year if I'm on the cusp guy. Or a freshman that's a little worried about making the team saying, I'm going to make the team this year. But how many times do we tell ourselves the opposite? Oh, man, North Canyon's really good. Liberty High School, they won the championship last year. Oh, my gosh. They got some studs coming back. I don't know if we're that good. I don't know. When I'm in the box and I'm a little nervous, what am I telling myself, right? Your thoughts are powerful. Your thoughts are very, very powerful. How many times do you catch yourself thinking in a doubtful way, like a little bit of self-doubt sometimes? It happens. For me, it was a lot of school. Going to a test and I'm freaking out because I didn't study, right? Like if you prepare for the situation, we can prepare physically, but how are we preparing up here? If we fix this thing on what we want to achieve, if we fix this on that end goal, that long-term vision for our life, you can get there, right? This will guide you. So every thought leads to the decision. Every decision leads to the action. What does actions lead to? The results. Results. Good or bad? My result was I went 0 for 15, and I'm swimming in my own dome, and I have no idea. I had a college kid this week. You guys think it's, right now it's not that bad because there's no stats attached to it. But in the middle of March, when we played 3 or 4 games, how are we still feeling? I had a college kid 2 days ago. After the very first series of junior college baseball, very first, mind you, 6 at-bats, 0 for 6, 2 strikeouts. 0 for 6, it's a 42-game season. 0 for 6, and he's freaking out. A really good college player, the 3-hole hitter. Why is he freaking out? Right, he's prepared. Talks to himself pretty positively. He's a really good player, I think so. But guess what? We put a lot of expectations on ourselves. Whether it's me or mom and dad or grandpa, grandma or my coach, like sometimes we put a lot of expectations on ourselves. When we put that expectation on ourselves, it adds a lot of pressure for our game. And then if we never reach that end goal, I'm constantly swimming below it and I'm never fulfilled, right? Like if I say I want to make $1 million and I make $500,000, and that's pretty good. But I'm like, man, I just want that million, right? Like until I get that million, I'm not going to be there. Like if you think about it, like if this is my dream and my goal, we're constantly like searching for it. I'm trying to get there, get there, get there. And when I'm there, everything's going to be good. My anxiety, my depression is going to be gone. My negative self-talk's going to be gone. My mom and dad are going to shut up. My coach is going to listen to me. My teammates are going to love me. When I get there, all the girls at school and college are going to be freaking all about me because I'm a college baseball player and I'm big and strong and I get to wear my cool gear on campus and flex on them and I'm pumped, right? Like when I get there, everything's going to be good. But how do we find joy in our process? How do we find joy in going out there competing for, 8 or 9 innings today? Playing a full-on game. A full-on game, competing against each other. How do I find joy in the middle of April when I'm tired of going up to the field and doing our shorthand drills? I'm tired of throwing a bullpen. Or I'm tired of getting in the cage for the 5th day in a row. Or I'm tired of the bus rides. Or I'm tired of losing. How do we find joy in our process? In the process that we set up for ourselves? in the everyday tasks, right? Bruce Lee says something crazy like, find joy in the most tedious tasks. Pretty tedious to go play catch without just saying, oh, dude, it's all good today. My knuckleball is fire, bro. Throwing my knuckleball. I got a good curve as a shortstop. Man, watch this curve. If I just get that chance. We've all done it. I'm not going to say I haven't done it a lot. I got a pretty good knuckleball. Pretty good knuckleball. But how do we find joy and take pride in our process that we set up for ourselves every single day? Every single day. So what happens when we get these results, good or bad? Well, they lead to our beliefs, right? Everything starts with the thought, good or bad. I'm the greatest in the world. I'm Muhammad Ali. I'm the best boxer in the world. Some self-confidence. Conor McGregor, I'm going to rip your head off. Aaron Judge, I'm the best hitter in the league. Right? Everything starts with a thought. Once it turns to a belief, that's what makes something real. Right? Like the more we think about the same thoughts, we have over 60,000 thoughts every single day. You do, I do, mom and dad do, coach does. Every single person in here has over 60,000 thoughts a day, and I think I might have like 90. This thing is freaking a train tracks. It just keeps going. And over 90% of those thoughts are the exact same thoughts that you thought the day before. How crazy is that? Why did my girlfriend break up with me? Why did my Snapchat video not get very many likes? Why did my TikTok video not blow up and go viral? Right? Yeah, see? Gosh, come on, dude. Can't just look out for me one time? You serious? I was hitting this thing and I was going crazy. Like, give me a break. Right? We find fulfillment in other things, right? External, outside of our control. Let's find fulfillment and joy in our everyday process and being around our dudes. Because when you look around to your left and right, how many guys make varsity this year? 15? Or like how many total are going to be on varsity, do you think? 15, 20-ish? We'll see. So, too early to tell. I cracked the code, man. Oh, man. I hit the wrong button. Wait, I'll leave early. So we've got a set number of athletes making varsity. If you look around from your left to right, it's probably going to be the same guys that you have. There's no D1 transfer coming in here mid-season that's going to take us to the next level. There's no Bryce Harper coming in here that's going to hit a bunch of bombs. There's no Clayton Kershaw. You're hitting the bombs this year, baby. Let's go. Let's go, man. I'm going to be watching. Somebody needs to Instagram live me in there. Let's go. I'm pumped, right? Like, this is your crew. This is your crew. You guys, this is your crew. There's 9 or 10 of you up there. Probably your crew. We're not bringing in a bunch of other guys all year long. Like, how do we find joy with the people that we're around? How do we support them when they're going through something else, on or off the field? Because a lot of times we take things off the field and take them on the field. And vice versa. We take our results on the field and take them off the field. I went 0 for 4. Mom, your meatloaf sucks. Oh my gosh, girlfriend, you suck. Like, quit talking to me. Quit FaceTiming me. Oh my gosh, now I'm pissed when I go to bed. And now when I wake up, guess what happens? I got to go to the field. I'm 0 for 4. I struck out looking 3 times, and coach said, you suck. I hope you don't say that, coach, but if you do, I don't want to throw you in the bus. Where's the gator? Where's the gator? But seriously, like, we take our results with us all the time. Like, a lot of people always say, like, process over outcome, right? You always hear it. You probably see it on Twitter. You've probably seen it a million times. Oh, process over results. I don't care about this. I care about finding joy in this, finding fulfillment in this, taking pride in this. Because when you do the little things right, that's how champions are made. In college, the teams that win the most one-run games throughout the regular season usually end up winning in the playoffs and usually end up going to Omaha. Right? I don't even remember the statistic, but we did the math when I was a senior in college, and it was like every one-run game that you win, if you win like 2 out of 3, you're going to make a postseason, a regional bid. That was our goal. We won 41 games. 41 games. I was second in the team in home runs. I didn't even lead the team in home runs at 14. I know dude has 17 bombs in a freaking college season, like 50 games because a couple got snowed out. 50 or 17 bombs. We have 8 dudes hitting over 300 and didn't make a regional. Still didn't make a regional. 41 games, 13 losses. Beat the number 4 team in the nation. Didn't make a regional. Was it totally in our control? Maybe some of those games were that we blew away. Maybe, right? But I don't even care about that. Yeah, it's a salty wound. I don't like it. But it's the people that I was around that I remember and still talk to. It was the people that I was around that I support still to this day, and they support me as well. When I was back in your guys' age, you guys probably just went to Cooperstown a couple years ago. How many of you guys have been to Cooperstown? It's the greatest tournament in the world. Only a couple, wow. You guys got to go to Florida, though. It's all good. It's all good. It's sunnier there. Less humidity. Yeah, maybe more. But you guys have these events and these different trips that you get to take with your dudes, like with your squad, right? Like the baseball side is great. We all want to be great. But what happens when baseball ends and it's game over? What happens when no D1 or D2 or D3 or NAI or JUCO calls my name? And now I've got a decision. I've got to go to school, and I don't get to play baseball anymore. What happens when I get hurt, and now I've got to wait a year to get back on the field? What happens when something outside of the field impacts how I feel on the field, right? It gets back to the thoughts. It gets back to our thoughts. Time check. Perfect. So, how do we get through this? Like, how do I get through this? This sounds great, right? Oh, my thoughts, they control a lot of things. I get that. I have a lot of crazy thoughts that go on. I don't even know what my thoughts are. Maybe you're thinking like, dude, I've got this figured out. Or maybe you're thinking, wow, I'm swimming in my dome, right? So how do we get through this, right? Step one, identify the signal. Identify the signal. Like, what is sparking this thought of doubt? Like, why on the day one of the season, on February 26th, when I walk up to the box and I've got my freaking new Posey bat and I'm pumped up, and then I step my first foot in the box and I put my bat down and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know about this one. And I'm overwhelmed with this rush of anxiety. And like this, like, it's a good, like, energetic because I'm pumped because it's first game, but I'm also like very scared because I'm like, gosh, this is my first at bat. Just after the first one, I'll be good. And how many times do we say, dude, after the first one, we're good? I just needed one at bat, man. I just need to see the ball. That's it. You had a whole 8 pitches to 10 pitches of the pitcher warming up and the rest of it in the pen to prepare. You had a whole 30 days before this to prepare. So when you get up there, like, what's causing that thought? Identify the signal. One, did I not work hard enough for this? Did I not prepare? Maybe. Maybe not. If I prepared and did everything I could to put myself in the best position to succeed, and I've done everything in my power on and off the field to be the best version of myself. When that thought comes to my mind, I can instantly step back and go, you know what? That's just a thought. Until I give that attention, it doesn't become real. Until I give that thought a little bit of attention, it's not real. It's not real. Identify the signal. What is it that causes that thought? Right? Maybe I can attach something to it, maybe not. Maybe it is, I didn't work very hard all spring, and I don't deserve this spot. Now I'm worried about coach and what he's going to do for me, if he's going to let me play or not. I don't know what the future looks like. I don't know if there's 20 scouts in the stands opening day because there's a really good pitcher on the mound. And I think they're all watching me, but they're really out here to watch him. But I think they're watching me, and now I'm freaked out because if they're watching me and I don't do good, then I'm off their list. And if I'm off their list, I don't go play college. And if I don't go play college, my life's over. Right? And I'm thinking this thought. What if you just stepped into your future? And you're like, you know what? I do belong. Like, yeah, this thought's cool. It pisses me off, and I hate it that I'm having this. On my way over here, thought of doubt. What if they don't listen to me? What if they don't show up? What if nobody's there? What if coach says, dude, we're good today. We had a long practice. It's okay. What if I don't belong? What if me talking up here, what if I don't belong? Right? I'm still having these thoughts. I'm standing here telling you the same thing. Crazy. Identify the signal. Step into your future. If I step into my future and where I'm supposed to be, the rest is just my process to get there. Right? Like if I know I'm going to be a college baseball player one day, if I know I'm going to win the championship, how do I step into that and act like a champion every single day and carry myself as a champion because I know I'm winning the championship and flip the thoughts in my mind? Because you're going to get the negative thoughts. You're going to get bombarded sometimes. And maybe it will be the first game. Maybe it's the 10th game. Maybe it's in the playoffs when things are going crazy. Right? Maybe it's this summer when you're in a big scout tournament and you're just like, man, we got 4 games today and things are going crazy and I don't even know what's going on. I've had a terrible series. I've had 2 bad tournaments in a row. I don't know if I belong here. This is really hard. I don't know if baseball is for me. Or maybe mom and dad are putting a lot of pressure on me, or maybe they're not even in the picture, and now I'm like, man, all I want to do is make them proud, and now they're not even around. Or maybe my girlfriend breaks up with me right before the state championship game. Maybe. How do we identify the thought of what's causing this? Like, how do I identify this? What's making this happen? What's making this real? And does it really become real unless I give it attention? Not at all. Unless I give it attention, it doesn't become real. Number 2, clear intention. When I asked you guys earlier, how many of you guys had a dream? Everybody was up. Like, man, I got a dream. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. We got to get clear on what we want. So if I'm stepping up to the box in baseball terms, and I know I crushed the middle away pitch, I know I crushed that pitch. I have a full intention, like if I locked in on the middle away pitch, I'm going to hit a dinger. This ball's smoked. I'm good. If I'm a pitcher, and I know I pound the outside corner really well, like that's my go-to. Outside fastballs, boom. I'm locked in on that. I'm terrible inside, but I'm really good outside. How do we have a clear intention behind our action? A clear intention, like clarity is success. Clarity gives a free mind. Clarity gets rid of those negative thoughts that come to our mind. First, we identify the signal. Okay, what's causing this? What's causing me to think this way? It could be anything. It could be what's going on off the field. It's causing me to think a different way on the field. It could be the pressure I'm putting on myself. We put pressure on ourselves. It's natural. It's okay. It's part of the game. It's part of life. But how do I identify what's tripping me up? And then how do I get a clear intention on what I want? I want to be a big leaguer. I want to be a big leaguer one day. I want to play Division I baseball. I want to be in the College World Series. I want to be a Division I coach in college. High school is cool, but my dream is to be a Division I coach maybe. Maybe it's I want to be a lawyer. Maybe it's I want to be an accountant. Maybe I want to be the President of the United States. I don't know why you'd want it, but if you want it, do it. Go ahead. All power to you. Maybe you want to be the best motivational speaker in the world one day and inspire people because you've had a crazy story yourself. You're like, man, if I could just get on stage one day and just inspire somebody, then maybe I can lift them up too. The one by one method. You keep just trickling down the pyramid of helping people. Maybe that's what you want. But we've got to get a clear intention behind what we want. I crushed that pitch. I know I want to be in Division I. I know what I want in my life, right? Like you know exactly what you want. You have a clear plan, clear intention. And then number 3, the most important, take action. Take action. At the end of the day, does anything happen if we stand still? If we all sat in this chair all day and we never went out to the field and did anything, are we really going to get any better? We just sat here, potato chips, Fortnite on the screen. Got my cool SCUF controller. I used to game a little bit. Got my cool controller. I'm jamming, right? I'm jamming on the games. Whatever you're doing, am I really getting that much better? If I don't go out and work with a clear intention every single day and a clear focus, maybe it's one thing every day that you flip your script and you're like, man, this is my intent today. I'm going to get better on defense. I'm going to get better at pitching today because I haven't been very good. And I know I need to get a little better if we want to be where we want to be. Whatever you do, taking action is huge. If I go into a test, I'm going to pick science because I hate science, a biology test, and I don't study more than an hour the entire week, am I going to do very good? I'm going to get crushed. And then I'm going to be like, all right, Google said to answer letter C on every one. So if I answer C, I got a 49% chance to get every answer right. And I'm just going to keep answering C. Maybe the teacher was one of those guys. And he just put, hey, just do C, dude. I got you. Got you. Right? We're not prepared. Same thing on the field. Like, do I expect to go win a championship if right now, at the end of January, I'm not doing everything in my power to set myself up for 1, tryouts to make the team, 2, opening day, February 26th, 3, I want to go play college baseball. So let's do a self-audit, like a little self-check, step back. Am I doing everything in my power? What we say in the very beginning. What's your story? Not just you, but as a team. What's your story? What are you guys preseason ranked? Is there preseason rankings here or no? None? Are you guys think you guys are favored to win the championship though? Who's like the big teams in your, is Liberty in the same one? Horizon, oof. I love it. Right? So like on the outside, maybe you aren't picked, but that's just a label. Doesn't mean anything. Does that make it real? No. Just a label that somebody puts on you. You're going to be a top 5 rounder. PBR puts you in the top 100 of Arizona shortstops. Whoop-de-doo. I still got to go play. I still got to succeed on the field. I've still got to put in the work. But now we see a little label, then we see a cool Twitter video that somebody retweeted, and now somebody's like, man, I'm going to get drafted. And you stop taking any action. Like, if you ever feel a sense of insecurity, a sense of lack of preparation, of a negative thought coming to your mind, if you just take a little action, whether it's taking my breath, getting back to square, like home base, whether it's going and working out, maybe going on a run, maybe it's going and taking action in something outside of here, and you're like, hey, I need to have a conversation with this person because what's going on here is really affecting how I feel. Maybe it's with a teammate, and somebody's just pissing you off. You're like, dude, I see you every day. You're not doing anything to make us better. You keep jacking around in the clubhouse. Like, what you're doing is affecting our team. Maybe it's stepping up like that. How do we step up and be a leader? We take action. Leaders take action. Good teams take action. The best of the best take action. You won't get to where you want to be if you never take action. But if you take action and you don't make it, you gave yourself the best chance and opportunity to go where you wanted to go. So at the end of the day, when this game's over, because it ends for all of us, as coaches know, the game ends for all of us, no matter what level you get to play at and have the opportunity to play at. When you step out of that uniform, how is I a better person now? Because of this game. The game will teach you a lot, fellas. You don't see it now. I didn't see it then. So I'm not going to tell you, like, you got it. I didn't see this at all until now. And I step out, I'm like, wow, my coach, like, now I get why he did that. My travel coach, like, I had some of the best travel coaches in the world. And I still talk to him to this day. 10U, 11U, 12U, 13U, 14U, high school baseball, college baseball, summer balls, still talk to him because of what this game can give you, because of what your experiences on the field can do for you off the field. You need a connection? Boom. You need to get in somewhere? Boom. You need somebody to turn to in a sense of doubt or a crazy situation going on? Boom. Like, this game can set you up for a while. These people that you're around right here, your teammates, you're going to remember forever. You seniors, how many were there? 8, 7, 6, 7? However many, there's a bunch. Good amount. Like, this is your last time together on a high school baseball field. Like, let that sink in. Like, in 4 months, I'm done. And I'm either playing in college or I'm hanging up my cleats. How do I want to go out? What's my story? What's our story? What do we want to achieve? Because everybody has one. Everybody goes through something. Everybody goes through something good and goes through something bad. It's how do we define ourselves, not the world. Society's going to try and tell you a lot of different things. If you turn on the news every day, you're going to be wired to think real negatively. When I hear the news, I want to freaking cringe. I'll throw like a javelin through the screen, dude. I'm like, what the heck? It's terrible. You guys have the opportunity to define who you are. Not me, not coach, not the president, not social media, not the people around me, not my school, not who I hang out with. You. Each one of us individually define who we are. Does that make sense? So what's your story? And what's your story going to be? You're writing it. The book never ends. You're constantly writing it. So how am I going to fill out the chapters? What am I going to do to make this the most amazing story possible this year of resiliency? Not picked to win, complete underdogs. Nobody thinks that we can do it. Nobody thinks that we can be celebrating in a big league stadium in May 25th or 26th this year. But if you believe it, I guarantee it comes true. If you have that thought and you continue to think about that, like, we're going to freaking do this, and every day, I know they're preaching it to you. If you guys are saying it to yourselves and saying it to each other, like, dude, we're going to get there. I'm fired up. Let's freaking get there. I'm going to push you to be better because I want you to be better. And if you're better, you're going to be better. And if you're better, you're going to be better. And if you're better, you're going to be better. And then these guys will be better when they come in because they saw you work. And next thing you know, you create a culture. You create a legacy. You create success. That all started with a thought. Thank you guys for letting me come in here. I mean it right now. Like, if you ever need anything, like, call, text, Snapchat, Instagram message, I don't care. Like, reach out. Parents, coaches, same thing. Like, if you need something, a kid needs something, somebody needs something, call me, text me, free, $99. Like, you don't have to pay me $1,000 a day. Like, call me. If you guys are dealing with something Or something pops up during the season, you're like, how do I handle this? Or dude, I don't know what I'm doing at the dish. I'm 0 for 12, like my arm hurts. Call me. Been through a lot. And all that is like, for my story, like everything I've been through is to set me up to help you. Because I want to help you never experience what I had to go through. And I know a lot of us are going through some of these same thoughts because I did it, and 95% of the big leaguers do it. And the guys on the biggest stage you think are so cool, and they have all this money and all these accolades and all these women and all these cool cars and all this awesome stuff. But guess what? In here, broken heart emoji. This thing's freaking unfulfilled. Black. Think about a happy cup. This thing is just nothing pouring in because they're constantly giving out. So if you need anything at all in your careers, a decision with college, a decision with life, something going on in your family, I don't care. Like, call me. That's why that's up there. You can Instagram, same thing. Like, message me. Whatever you need. I mean it. There's papers back there if you need anything. If you want to stay in contact, my phone number, email. Obviously, you can reach out on there. But thank you. I wish you guys nothing but the best. And I know you guys are going to crush it this year. And I mean it. If you need something, you guys up there too, little dudes, you're almost here. You're almost in these guys' shoes. Like next year, pretty crazy. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. And I thank you so much for letting me be here. Thank you.